Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player rating. Sunderland 1, Everton 1. Yeah, disappointing. Not, well, lucky to hold on to it at the end, but disappointing just because of the manner of the game. Let's be honest. But listen, I've ranted enough about that in the instant match reaction. Let's get into it. Jordan Pickford. Again, not much he could do about the goal. Took a big deflection, which took it away from him off Toffee. Interesting to see his lad wearing the half Sunderland, half Everton shirt before the game. Not sure how I feel about that, but listen, fair play. Big night for him. Big night for him. He didn't have that much to do, really. 2 saves. And as I said, he couldn't do really that much about the goal. So Jordan Pickford, 6.5. Brien, he was all right, to be honest. He was okay, but again, not really giving us anything going forward. He did all right. Won 2 out of 3 ground duels, won 2 out of 3 aerial duels. Done his job, to be honest. Not too much, you know, to really complain about. As I said, he's a centre back playing right back. He'll have good games. He'll have indifferent games. And tonight it was mostly a job of just defending more than anything. So yeah, I think Jake was fine tonight. No real issues with that. So I would give Jake O'Brien 6.7 for tonight. Vitaly Michalenko on the other side. I think was our only shot in the second half. Decent shot as well. There was a couple of moments where he did get taken to the cleaners a little bit. One in the second half, but he did get absolutely taken to the cleaners. 2 out of 5, only won 2 out of 5 ground duels, won 2 out of 3 aerial duels. Ball recoveries 4, block shots 1, clearances 5. Dribble past twice. We've actually been saying on the channel this week that, well, I've actually been saying, what's this week? It's not a royal week because he'd want to be a royal. Imagine we had a backup left back. You could see Michalenko possibly playing centre back as the left-sided player to give us a little bit of balance. I could see him being being a centre back. But yeah, he's not. Listen, he's going to play every week. You know what level you're going to get from him. You know he's not going to get forward too often, and he's just going to do his job. And again, he's a 6.5 kind of player every week, isn't it? So, yeah, Michalenko, I would give a 6.3 for tonight's performance. James Tarkowski, yeah, I didn't think he was too good tonight, if I'm honest. I don't think he's been good all season. You know, I know a lot of people when it comes to talking about my team selections say about keeping Michael Keane in, and I've said a few times that there's no real. I can't really dispute that at all. If one of them was going to drop to the bench, I can't dispute James going to the bench because he hasn't been that good this season at all. Won 3 out of 5 aerial duels, only 1 ground duel, and he lost it. But I just think his all-round performances he looks so nervous. He looks so nervous all the time. And the goal, they highlighted it after the match on Sky. And the goal is something we've seen increasingly more and more out of our defenders in the last few weeks is our centre-backs or our defenders dropping into this low. It's not a low block but it's almost like it's like quite literally a defense mechanism of almost like waiting for the shot to come in and therefore trying to block it. We saw it against Man City. Both centre-backs run into the goal rather than mark the man. And I think we saw it tonight with Tarky. Instead of getting out and getting to the line, they've just, 2 of them, not just him, there's another one as well, have just dropped in. As in, we'll just be there's 2 lines of defence. Yeah. Very strange. Very strange. I don't know whether it's because he's missing well, he is missing Branthwaite. He's missing Branthwaite alongside him because there's the pace, there's the class. Someone who's really good in the air as well. Someone who's calm. Keane is doing all right, but he's none of those things. Whether I don't know whether he's still playing through injuries or whatever. I don't know. You don't know these things. The players just play, don't they? But he's looked very shaky this season so far. Very, very shaky. I think Everton needs to bring another centre-back in. Really, I really think we do. I think we need to bring another centre-back in. Or a left-back. So Michalenko maybe could play centre-back. I think Michalenko could play left-sided centre-back. But I do think we need to bring another centre-back in. A left-sided one. To give us that proper balance. I know, listen, they're difficult to get in the mould of Branthwaite, but I think we have to start looking to move forward. And I know Taki's just got a new contract, but I do think we have to start transitioning it away from those two we've got right now into younger, fresher, more talented, better on the ball players. They're not easy to get, but listen, it's what we're going to have to do. So I think they need to start looking. Taki, I give a 5 for tonight. Michael Keane done all right tonight. There was a moment on the goal where I thought he had a chance to get the ball, but he sort of repositioned himself into his position. I don't know. Again, that's he's gone into his position rather than chase the ball. 4 out of 6 aerial duels won, 1 out of 1 ground duel won, 1 tackle, 14 clearances. Yeah, can't really he's done his job like he has done most of this season. No issues from that point of view. As I said, when I've been picking my team, I've been looking at it more from a point of view of the structure of the side, but you couldn't argue about Michael Keane being the better of the two. You can't actually argue about it. He probably is the better of the two, and certainly at the moment, anyway. Certainly at the moment. I know Taki's stats a couple of weeks ago were much better, but Taki just is making mistakes that I'm just don't think we've seen from him. And that's when people start getting worried. Certainly when the injury at the end of last season, people start getting, has he lost a yard? Has he lost, you know what I mean? So, but you can't fault Michael Keane. He's come in. Listen, he signed the contract, 4th choice, and he's played every single game, and he's looking like the better of the two. So fair play to him from that point of view. So Michael Keane, I would give a 7 for tonight. Adisa Gana-Gueye, I thought Adisa was better tonight than he's been in the last couple of games. I thought he was a lot sharper in the tackle. 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, won 6 out of 9 ground duels. Didn't win his aerial duel. Was only dribbled past once. 59 touches of the ball with an 86% pass accuracy. So, yeah, I think Adisa Gana-Gueye was much better than he's been. I just don't think that midfield is working either. I just don't think it's working. I don't know what they do individually, as in, like, when we go, he's a 6, he's an 8, he's a 10. I just see 3 players running around after the ball. That's all I can see at the moment, to be honest. So Adis is just, he's doing his job. So Adis, I would give a 6.8 for tonight. James Garner obviously started in centre midfield, nearly started with a goal very early on, didn't he? 91% pass accuracy. 55 touches of the ball. 2 dribbles. Neither of them were successful. Won 4 out of 6 ground duels. And again, just a very sort of just steady game, like he has, without being amazing. But he's definitely gone up a level this season. Absolutely gone up a level. It's noticeable how he's become more consistent and more well-rounded as a player. But I still think he's not a 6. He doesn't play as a 6. in my eyes anyway. And I think he could benefit from being in a more sort of stable position. And obviously he went to right back later on, but yeah, can't really fault him, but don't think he was. I thought he was. He played well when we were playing well. To be honest, I think he played well when we were doing well, and then it sort of just started dropping, like everybody I think in the team. So James Garner, I'd give a 6.7. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, I started well, but then I think Dewsbury Hall is the biggest example of a player not really playing his role in a team properly. He plays, he plays sort of left-hand side of the centre. I don't know. I'm just not, of late, I've just not been feeling it with him. I just haven't been feeling it, the performances, if I'm honest. And people can try and blow smoke up your arse and try and tell you stuff, but you're watching it with your own eyes, and I don't really see it. And I haven't been seeing it for the last few weeks. I don't know what he's offering. I don't quite know what he's offering the team. He won 4 out of 7 ground duels, but I just don't know what he's doing, what his strength is, what he's bringing to the side. The midfield, as I say, I think the midfield's just a weird mess of no one really playing in these, like, either a 2 and 1 in front or 1 and a 2 in front. It's just play. It just seems like midfield. You go there, you go there, you go there, and you're all sort of in a line. If you see the ball, chase it. If you get the ball, pass it. I just don't, and I'm not saying that's his fault at all. I'm just not quite seeing it with him. He's a good, talented footballer, but I want to see him be like, I want to put it this way, right? When we're playing bad and you look at Grealish and you look at Ndiaye and you go, look what they're doing. I watched Dewsbury Hall and I'm just like, what's he doing? Like, Grealish picks up the ball, runs with it, gets fouled or creates opportunities. Ndiaye does the same. I watch Dewsbury Hall and I just go, what are you doing for the team? And I can't see it. He's not elevating himself above the team. He's not grabbing all the games by the scruff of the neck. That's what I'm talking about. That's not necessarily playing badly. It's just not, for me, in my opinion, elevating himself above the team and going, I'm better than this. I'm not going to be dragged under by the team. I'm going to get hold of the ball and I'm going to run the game. And I haven't seen that from him. I really haven't. A bit at Wolves, obviously the game against Wolves, and a few games early on when everything was positive. But of late, I've just not seen that from him. And that's what I really want to see. Prove to me you're a really good player, because you clearly are a good player. But it's actions, isn't it? It's those actions. I've been saying this the last few weeks when people have been saying about, like, Garner and about him playing for England. And it's like, no, you can't just be a good player. You have to show you're a good player week in and week out. You have to elevate above those other players. You have to be better than what we're seeing. You can't just go, the team's really poor. Well, I'm not being funny. Look at Ndiaye. Ndiaye lifts the team by his quality. Grealish lifts the team by he's always a threat. I'm not seeing that from Dewsbury Hall, and yeah, I'm not seeing it. So he needs to, for me, improve. So I would give him a 6 tonight. Iliman Ndiaye, absolutely fantastic goal. The manager has said that he doesn't think the injury is too much to worry about. Just a knock and a bit of cramp. He said he doesn't believe it's too much to worry about, which is positive. Listen, at the moment, he's just brilliant. He's just been brilliant. He's brilliant last week, brilliant at City. And tonight, his goal was just absolutely fantastic. Thankfully, no idiots in the VAR box trying to make a name for themselves, because it wasn't a foul. The lad just goes down. And from then, no, it's just magic from him. Absolute magic. Yeah, he's just a sensational footballer. And I said it last week. Everton need to get into negotiations with him. I mean, he scored from absolutely nothing tonight. Like nothing. Like when he picks that ball up, there's no danger at all. Absolutely no danger. And he's done that. Absolutely fantastic. Just killing it in. Everton just need to get him tied down. Just get a big fat contract to him right now, so that no matter what happens, he's either staying or we're going to look after him for the next 5 years, because he is absolutely quality. And like I said the other day, you've got to, if you want to build a team, you've got to keep your best players. You know, we're all moaning right now about the state of the team, but we've got to build on what we've got at least. And he's just fantastic. He's an absolutely fantastic footballer. And hopefully Everton are clever enough to do that, because every game he's showing the rest of the Premier League how good he is and the qualities he's got, and that's gonna bring people calling. And Everton have got to make sure that, as I said, no matter what happens, you've got him under contract, so that those clubs have got to pay a hefty price for him, a hefty price, if they really want him. So fantastic goal, fantastic work rate. So yeah, and Jai, I'd give an 8 for tonight's performance. Jack Grealish, very unlucky, hit the post at 1-0. That could have seen us over the line as well. Let's be honest, they kicked the shit out of him. They absolutely kicked the shit out of him tonight. Just you know, if Barry had done his job, be sitting here talking about him getting an assist. He's brilliant at keeping the ball. You know, he's brilliant. It's just an absolute shame that this team doesn't have a centre forward to go with him. It really is. Him and Jai deserve so much more. So much more. And if Everton can't get a centre forward then to play with these two lads, then it's an absolute travesty. It's an absolute travesty. They're just such talented footballers. He had 40 touches of ball, 2 dribbles, 1 successful. 93% pass accuracy, 1 big chance created. Obviously hit the post as well. But he's going to do that every game. Even when he has a quiet game, he's having a very effective game. But for us, we just can't. We just don't have the centre forwards. A centre forward, like Romelu Lukaku. I know I mention him because he's our last great centre forward, but Romelu Lukaku would get 25 goals with these two. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it in his pomp. If we had a centre forward of any note, they'd be getting late double figures with these two. I'm sure of it. Because the way he plays and the way Jai plays, it's actually heartbreaking that we don't have a centre forward, like a proper centre forward, not someone who's just filling in, like a proper centre forward. It's actually heartbreaking that we don't have one to go with them, but it is what it is. So Jack, I'd give 7.5 for tonight's performance. And then Tiana Barry, do you know what? Up to the miss, I thought he was doing well. I thought he was holding the ball up well. I thought he was scrappy. but I thought he was making a nuisance of himself. You seen that first minute when he headed the ball down for Garner? I thought he was doing all right, and his miss literally changed the game and changed his game as well. Not only does he miss it, and it's a terrible miss. I mean, there's no point. There's no point like going around the houses about it. It's a terrible miss, an absolute shocking miss. And then he goes and gets booked for something really, really stupid and petulant. Jumping in when there's absolutely no point in jumping in. And you can see it's sheer frustration. And he gets booked. And then Moyes can't wait to get him off. Moyes cannot wait to get him off. And there was no point. There was no point in taking him off. You're replacing him with a poor centre forward who didn't get a sniff when he came on. And if he just not got booked, then he might have stayed on 15 minutes longer, and he might have been able to dig himself out of that hole. But he didn't. He got booked, and then Moyes can't wait to take him off. And that was the way. Actually, the booking, don't get me wrong, the chances, it's a terrible miss. But getting that booking after what happened at Wolves was so stupid. Like, so stupid. Because that was it. Moyes isn't going to trust you to stay on the pitch. He isn't going to give you any more time. You've been desperate for a start. And you go and do that. And that's just pure stupidity. And the thing about it, you look at Moyes, and as much as what I said in the other video, he turns around and going, I'm giving these two centre forwards chances. And they're getting chances on the pitch, and they're not taking them. And from that point of view, what can you do? What can you do? I think the club have made an absolute mess of the summer in terms of that having just him and Beto. It's put so much pressure on the club. So much pressure on. Yeah. Worrying pressure as well. Worrying pressure. Looking over your shoulder kind of pressure. That's the situation we're in. So Barry, for the miss and for the booking, gets a 3. Beto didn't do anything. Didn't do anything, did he? Didn't have any shots. Had like 2 passes. He didn't do anything when he came on. He had 9 touches of the ball. Now, that's partly down to the team, but that's partly down to him. And I'm just bored. I'm just bored of the whole striker situation. And I think we all are. I think we're all bored of the striker situation. Oh, he'll be all right. He'll come good. Do me a favour. I haven't got time for this. It's November. I haven't got time for this. If he's going to be all right, if he's going to do it, then play Barry. Leave Barry on the pitch. Get old at half time and go, don't you dare do anything stupid this half. But the manager clearly just doesn't trust him. So, Beto, again, came on, didn't do a tap, didn't do anything. Didn't even have chances to miss. So, Beto, I give a 5. Dwight McNeil, I just didn't understand the sub. Don't understand the sub now. The lad's been phased out of the football club, and yet you bring him on instead of taking Illiman and Jai off. I just don't. That's just so random to me. So random. It was a very defensive sub. Also, obviously looking at set pieces. And he did all right from one of the corners, Taki, but they blew up. Just Very, very strange. Very, very strange sub. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He wasn't like he wasn't terrible or anything when he came on, but I just don't understand if we're supposed to be a club going forward and we're doing that kind of thing. I don't get that. You've paid a lot of money for a young man and he's sitting on the bench and he's not getting on the pitch. I just don't understand that logic from the football club or from the manager. I really don't. What does that say to that player and to the other players, those other young players that you've brought in? I just don't understand it. I don't understand the subs. I don't understand the logic of it. I can't even like try and make something clever up. I just don't understand it. I really don't. Dwight McNeil, I'd give a 6. Carlos Alcaraz came on with 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Safety first. I had a big opportunity late on. Big opportunity. Made a mess of it. A real mess of it. Broke through. It was poor, really. Got caught, stuck in two minds. Either to play it through or to take the defender on, and really didn't do either. And it made a mess of it. And yeah, it ended up going nowhere, really. And that was like with 2 minutes to go. A big opportunity to win the game. Yeah. But I just, this is the weird. Carlos Alcaraz is the weird one for me. It's like he played last season. He's proved he can do it in the Premier League. And he's being reduced to cameo moments. And the one time he was given an opportunity from half time, he swung the game for us to beat Crystal Palace. I just don't get it. I just don't get the logic behind what's going on with the subs. The subs are so strange. I just don't get it. Carlos Alcaraz, will give a 6. And Tim Edeburum come on at the same time. 3 out of 3 accurate passes. And one interception, 1 recovery. Ground duels won 1 out of 2. Again, a 6. Didn't really do anything. Came on for Jake O'Brien. James Garner went right back. Yeah. I just don't get it. Tyler Diblin. Mail and roll. What's going on? Tyler Diblin. Mail and roll has been talked up by the manager loads. And he doesn't get on the pitch. Tyler Diblin cost us a fortune. Doesn't get on the pitch. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Very, very strange. Very, 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 very strange. Yeah, I just don't get the subs. I understand the times the team you start with because that's the team you sort of believe in. I believe that's your best team. But the subs can make such a big difference to football nowadays. And I just think David Moyes just doesn't understand how to use them in the modern way. So there you go. Anyway, they're my player ratings. Make sure you check out my Instant Match Reaction if you haven't. Make sure to check out Baz's videos. We will be live tomorrow from, I think, 1:15. We're on tomorrow. Going to be an interesting one. Be an interesting show. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you later.